See when the video picks up. Maybe I need to refresh. Yeah, me either. We'll have to wait it out. Probably be about 30 seconds. And still nothing. Wow, this is a long lag. Oh, here we go. Finally. Okay, I was getting worried. Make sure I have audio. Okay, I was getting worried. Yep. Make sure I have audio. All right. Okay, and looks like I see 23 people. Welcome to Kev Central live chat number 3. I don't know what to call this, episode 3. And let me see. I need to go over here to chat. David Montreal, one of the first ones. Moon Fam, hey. Lee Gandy, I see some familiar names here. One I can't pronounce. Sir Noobsalot Jr., well, hello to you. Andy Dover, Cody Miller. I promise you guys, just like every time that I've done this, the 2 other times, well, technically 4 if you count the mess ups. Every time that I've ever done this, I go back and I look at all the chats to make sure that I see everything anyone says. So I apologize if I don't get to you live on the screen here. I also want to mention DIY Solar Energy is back. Good moderator. I was reading through everybody's comments on the last 2 that I did. Couldn't believe the job he does. It's like he could make a career out of this. So, as per the other live streams that I have done, I have a few topics here that I want to discuss. First and foremost, I want to do some clarification. I'll start off talking about, I'm using my iPhone again, and I didn't set it, I just remembered, I didn't set it to do not disturb. So if somebody calls in, that's it. So we'll see how this goes. But I've been messing with Streamlabs. Last time I didn't have audio when I used it. This time it was wavery with video. I was trying a different camera. So we'll see what happens. I hope in the future that I can have that. So if you do a super chat, that shows up in a different place, something kind of special for you, and so on. So for now, third one, I'm going to use the phone. Housekeeping. 5 bikes in 5 days. I think there's a little misunderstanding of what I meant with that. I think people thought starting today I would do a video on a bike, and for the next 5 days I would do that. What I actually meant was we had, after all the snow and the rain, we had 5 days of nice weather. So I was going to get out every day. I went out on this Ride One Up today. Did, I think, 11 or 12 miles on this thing today. Awesome bike. But I'm going to film a different bike every day for the next 5 days. It'll take me probably 2 or 3 days to get everything edited. And then I will release once a day 5 new videos. So that's the 5 bikes in 5 days. So don't think you're getting one every day this week, because I'm going to be filming. I have to film everything. So let me just go back to chat here. Well, thank you, Robert C. Thank you, I think. Yeah. And then happy Monday, Grayleaf. Hey, there's a patron. Let's see. Maui Howie, like the name. Aaron Avalos. Kev, love your bike reviews. Well, thank you, Tom Ward. Omer Adnan. You have a question. There you get video. Well, I don't have a giant dealer in my city. The nearest giant dealer is about an hour and a half away. So I have this thing where if it's a local bike shop, it has to be local. Otherwise, it's really not worth it to me to have to travel all that way to get something done and get your service, to keep your warranties, and so on. So, just Josh Lauby, Fair Carlo, Dave Wicker, good evening to you. Alright, so next thing on the agenda here, caught some flack about this. My bike barn walls. People are giving me flack, not only in live chat, but in videos, about my insulation, asking me if I'm sponsored. No, I am not. I see a super chat just popped up. Oh, showing off again. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, DIY Solar Energy. I will repay you when we do the live stream where you're rebuilding the e-bike battery, which I've been waiting any day now. I'm just saying. Whenever you want to do that, I'll repay. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And your shirt, right? Hey, thanks. Bewitched. Are you guys Bewitched fans? I love old classic TV, so I appreciate that. Who said that? John York, another patron, John York and his son. And they're getting something special. By the way, because of not being able to go to the post office, I've been delayed on sending. I'll talk about the sending up next after my walls, but it's some stuff here. Okay, so the barn walls, no, I'm not sponsored. And there's a reason that I have insulation on my walls and nothing else. DIY Solar can attest to this. I'm a person that if I can't come up with something that I want to do, I won't do anything. If I don't, the walls in my house, I've been living in my house over 10 years. There's nothing on my walls. There's a clock on one wall and I think a zombie thing on another wall and a TV. They're void of any decoration because I can't come up with what I want to do. Same thing happened here. I was going to do sheetrock, and then I started thinking, well, what if I knock handlebars or bikes? I've got them leaned all over the walls in here. What will that do to sheetrock? Well, then I started thinking about plywood, but that creates a lot of echo. Particle board, kind of the same thing. So I went back and forth, and I may have settled on something. But that's why I don't have anything but insulation and why it's been that way for so long. And good thing I didn't do sheetrock, or my idea is to not do sheetrock, because I can't tell you, I was going over all the little small holes that I've knocked in my insulation just from bike handlebars and stuff. So that's why the barn walls have been like this for a while. But you know, this took me to, I'm kind of proud of this. This was my first insulation job. Ed Kiyosada. Oh, hey, yeah, you were a super chatter in the last live chat. I appreciate it, Ed. Are you open to hosting, I don't know, group? Yes, but only after I get myself an RV. If I can get an RV and start going around, then we'll start doing something where maybe some of us can get together and ride. I'm a lone wolf, especially out on the mountain bike trail for a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't know how boring it is to ride with someone that is making YouTube videos until you've ridden with someone that's making YouTube videos and you find out that it's not all the glitz that you would think it is on the mountain bike trail. Everything that you see, there is breaks and setting up cameras and riding and coming back and getting the shot and getting that camera and moving it to the next location and doing so on. It's not as fun as you would think. People bail pretty quick when they realize that, but if I can get an RV, if any of you guys know anyone in the RV industry, I am desperate. And I'll get to that in a second because my one attempt, I almost bought one a couple of days ago. So we'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, that's the bike barn walls. I have holes in my insulation already. If I had sheetrock in here, I would just beat it to death. So I'm going to have to do something, whether it's plywood or whatever. But I think I have an idea, and DIY Solar Energy doesn't realize it, but he's going to help me with it. So, that is topic number 1 of 2, 3, 4, 5 things. Next thing, but first, let me do a little chat break. Keegan Hashi? I'm fine, how are you? Could you do a vid on the Trek Marlin 7? Omer, I have a base review on that, where I went down to the bike shop and they let me get a hold of one to film, so there's that, but I would have to buy it to ride it because they don't loan those out. Adam Favre, hey, another super chatter from last live session. I really appreciate it. Adam, let's see what you have to say. Is there such a thing as 5 bike carrier that fits on a trailer hitch? Love the channel. Share my big box bike on your blog. Pegboard walls. Pegboard walls, that's an idea. That's an idea. Want something that seals, so I guess I could do plywood and then pegboard. But I don't know about 5 bike carriers. I know there are 4. I'm sure there are probably 5, probably 6 and on. But I only know what I've been exposed to, and I've seen 4. But again, not saying there's not 5. So Harry Grimley, Minnesota. Minnesota, are you cold up there? Because we were 70 degrees today, and they're talking about almost 80 tomorrow. Kind of crazy. It was 8 degrees a week and a half ago. Sheetrock is more durable than paperback insulation. Very true. Very, very true, as I could show you the holes. All right, so let me get to the next thing, which is merch. A lot of people have been asking me, can I buy a sticker? Do you have any merch? Well, I do kind of have merch. There is, under most videos, that Teespring t-shirt thing. There's a couple of designs up there. It's some basic stuff. It's one of the, this. It's this on a shirt, the gear, the cassette, and my logo. There is that, and I think maybe one or two other small things. But I don't think most people look at that because I haven't had really good luck with that. But I do have people ask about stickers and things like that. So I just want to let you guys know kind of an idea of what I have right now. I have Kev Central stickers. This is the kind of the classic sticker in 2 sizes. I have a holographic version in the large size, so just so you get an idea. This is a 3-inch, this is a 2-inch, I think. So I have this holographic sticker design. All these are supposed to be waterproof and UV resistant, or UV whatever. Then of course that one I just showed you, the cassette design that I used for just a little bit and then got away from it, went back with the classic. I also have Kev Review stickers I haven't even unpackaged. I never did anything with those. But I also have, these are acrylic, and this has a clear film over it that has to be peeled off. But these are just the little pins, like you would pin on a shirt. I have those. And I also have acrylic keychains, and again, this has a film on it, so it's not going to look really good. I have those. So what I've been thinking about doing is opening up either a Mercari or putting them on eBay. There's this guy that has this lawnmower channel that sells stuff, and he does stickers, but because it's to support the channel, he marks it up. So like this would be like $6 or $7. This would be $4.99 or something like that. And because of fees and everything, obviously you don't make that much. But what do you guys think? I mean, I don't want to be greedy, but you know, it does cost me to make the stickers, but I don't want to overcharge for anything, but it would help the channel a lot and get me closer to an RV, at least in theory. So, if you guys would be interested in doing that, comment whether eBay would be your preference or Mercari or what's the other one, Etsy, something like that. If that's where you think I should go with this, because I have been passing up lots and lots of money. There are things about YouTube, I'm not going to get into the controversial side of it, but let me just say this. This started last year, that most of the time when I'm contacted, not every time, but most of the time when I'm contacted, the number one thing that I'm asked right out of the gate now is, how much do you charge for a review? I don't do paid reviews. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it, but I don't know that they would want to pay me and then it'd be my rules, because my rules are no control over my content and you don't get to review it before the reviews come out. So any company that sends me a bike to review, they don't know what they're getting. If this thing would have broken today, you would have heard about it. It didn't, so that's good. But if something were to happen with the bike or I didn't like it, then hey, you know, you send me a bike, that's the side of it, and I don't get to keep every bike. Some I do, but sometimes I don't even know if I'm going to get to keep them or not. But I don't do paid reviews, or haven't up to this point. Don't expect them anytime, really, ever. At least as far as I can say. Someone had to pay a lot, and then again, give me creative freedom to do what I want to do without it being controlled in any aspect. But apparently a lot of channels get the revenue from that, because I depend solely on ad revenue. That's all I have depended upon, and I've been pretty happy with it. But, and I may have mentioned this, there was a channel that started talking about how much money they had made, and they were into the 6 figures. They were the same size as me, give or take a few thousand subscribers, and their views were right in line with mine, and they showed how much they made, and I didn't think you were supposed to do this, but they showed exactly what they made from ads, and it was $20, $40 right there with me for November. But then they added on all this stuff, and then their yearly income was over 6 figures. So I'm starting to realize that I'm not capitalizing on some of the things I should be capitalizing on, like more affiliate marketing, and oh gosh, I could tell you a tale about that. I've even turned down, a lot of times a company will do a coupon code and then there's a kickback on the side. Well, I've never accepted the kickbacks. I've always made that a big a big thing. I don't do kickbacks. And when someone contacts you, multiple companies, and say, had you have let us pay you something, you would have made tens of thousands of dollars in a month, month and a half, something like that. That's hard to swallow. And I think I play it off cool when I'm talking, but that just sits and you start thinking, oh wow, I could re-roof the house, and all this stuff. So I I think I'm going to start opening up to doing some more affiliate marketing and things like that, along with merch sales, to try to generate more revenue, but still maintain 100% creative control, because that is essential. Because anything else is just a paid, well, not point, they haven't paid me. Anything else is a paid advertisement if you don't maintain that creative control. So that's what I'm thinking channel revenue wise. So comment with the merch if you'd be interested in buying this stuff, even if the prices were a little high. It supports the channel, but I mean, this is, well, I know this, these are 55 cents to mail. Like my patrons, they pay $2.55 plus 55 cents plus the fees that Patreon takes and the fees that PayPal takes. There's not much left, it's just cents. So I want to kind of get above that, but give people stickers and stuff if you want them. And I'm assuming, based on the volume of people that I have had ask me, even recently, maybe even earlier today, but I know yesterday, then that is where I'm kind of headed. So quick look here. Copy. Oh, somebody's doing some modifications to their bike. I see. Salsa Productions. Hello, WH Bonnie. Doug's E-Bikes. Another patron, I believe. Hello to you. Appreciate you being here. The dear leader. I remember seeing you comment many, many times on many videos. So hello to you and thank you. I appreciate that you like the channel. Grayleaf again. Yeah, definitely hit the like button if you like this video. That also helps the channel. And that 5 bikes 5 days thing, 2 hands, 5 bikes 5 days. Remember, I had that hashtag Kev Central Bike Show. If you have a video of your bike, even if it's an old one, and you want to share it, go in and edit in that description. Just anywhere in the description, put in hashtag Kev Central Bike Show. That's all one word there. And that also helps out with the YouTube algorithm and helps get set up for the big reveal as well, because I received my play button today. It is in a box in the house. So that unboxing will come as soon as the number of submissions taper off, and I may have gotten myself in over my head on this as well, because so far, well, this was earlier today, 547 people have submitted. Now, not all those are a picture. Some of them have asked questions, but 547 people. I expected maybe a couple hundred, but looks like it's going to be more than that. So celebration video are broken up, and then at the ends of other videos, I don't know, but it's a lot. So keep them coming. I've seen some amazing bikes so far. You guys have some stuff. I'm telling you, some good stuff. So, and I see that DIY Solar is having to do some moderation. Please be respectful. I don't know what that is. I'll look later. But be respectful, and a lot of people come in and try to spam the channel to link to their channel. Well, obviously that's going to get blocked. He's letting me know that I need to look at that. So that is something that won't allow, and that's why he's here. And it's a good thing he's here, because I wouldn't have known that had he have not been here. So appreciate that, DIY Solar. Great job moderating. Let's see. Some point, and I see somebody mentioning somebody. Let's see. Yeah, Wolf Tick. Looks like they might be here. Appreciate you guys. You comment a lot on the videos and watch the videos. Green Blob. When are you doing the bike show? Got the play button today. Let's see. Grayleaf has done a super chat. Have you seen the Schwinn Ascension? Yes, I have. I'll get to that in just a second, Grayleaf. Actually, I'll just go ahead and get on into that. The Schwinn Ascension looks to me, now I haven't seen one in person, but it looks to me just, and I just saw a scroll down come in, someone just submitted a picture on the website. But the Schwinn Ascension looks to me like the Target version of the Boundary. It has that ProRush 7-speed drivetrain and has roughly the same look, but it looks to have a dropper post or not a dropper post, but a dropper post cable port on the seat tube just like the axle. So that would be cool. And well, I know it has. I've seen it in the pictures. But other than that, it looks a lot to me like a Boundary, and I was going to try to buy one, but I haven't been able to catch one in stock where I can purchase it. So if I can, I'll get one. But yes, very, very interesting bike, and maybe a sign of things to come. I hope so. Looks like they're still making modifications. And that's something I was going to talk about in this video, but I'm going to postpone it to the next because of some other stuff that I want to look at before I get to that. But okay, so to the RV search I mentioned earlier, I almost bought an RV. And again, if anyone has any contacts in the industry, I'm looking for a Class A RV, even if it's an older one. If someone wants to sponsor, that's my goal, was to get a sponsor from an RV manufacturer, an RV dealer, to sponsor me with an RV, and then I could plug them. And I kind of like that idea because I'm not sponsoring by a bike manufacturer, something like that, something that's a little ambiguous, but ties in very well because it turns out a lot of bike people also like RVs and camping. But I got told by one, it was pretty funny, they acted like they were interested and then told me, we have our own marketing team that manages our own YouTube channel, and we make our own YouTube videos. I guess they thought I was saying I was going to come down and make videos for them, which wasn't my intention. And they said that, yeah, so we don't need you because we have our own thing and it's really successful. So I looked it up and it was 2,000 subscribers and they had, I think it was 160,000 minutes of total watch time. And DIY Solar and myself, we laughed about that because I looked up, well, I'll do that in a day almost. So yeah, so passed that up. But also that same dealer then tried to sell me on this one RV that was, I kind of liked, but it had some delamination, and that's something on an RV you don't want. And they tried to kind of pass that off, but also they wanted me to make a deposit and then come down to get the RV so a deposit would hold it, which was cool with me. And it was very affordable. It was very old, like 20 years old, but still looked decent, something I think I could work with. And when we got to talking, I said, well, how long do I have to come get this? Because I'm 12 hours away. So it's COVID and I'm having to be careful. So I've got to arrange someone with me that is safe that would go down so I could drive it back. And finally they said, well, now that deposit just means we'll hold it for you unless someone comes in with cash. If someone comes in with cash, even after you make the deposit, we'll just refund your deposit. So I said, well, what happens if I make the deposit right now and left right now and someone showed up 10 minutes before I got there with cash? Oh, you get your deposit back. Well, yeah, but then I'll be out a 12-hour trip, 24 if you want to talk going back. And I cut it off right there. So not gonna buy from them, I don't think. So I'm desperate for that. But you know, a lot of these RV, I'd heard this industry is really, that RV industry is very, very, I don't want to use the word shady. I may have it written down twice, shady, but I'm not going to use that word. I may have it written down twice, but I'm not going to use it. All right, so let me check chat here, and well, actually, I'll open up this because I'm going to wrap this one up a lot faster than I've wrapped up the others, because I know DIY Solar Energy is working on something with his setup. Ooh, plug here for him. You need to head over to his channel after this live chat. You need to head over to his channel and subscribe to it because we're going to be doing. He has the Rattan e-bike. He also has the Event e-bike. And he has probably taken both apart, I'm sure, a million times by now. And he is going to rebuild the battery. I think he's already, he can comment here, I think he has 4 bikes. My main is the e-bike, the Event and Cinch. He has already, I believe, modified the Rattan battery, but he's going to upgrade it even further. He found out he can fit more cells in it or something and do more stuff. So we're going to do a live stream together while he rebuilds, and I see my screen is lagging. I hope that I'm still live. I see comments still coming in, so I assume it is. Must be something about my laptop. More MacBook joy. It's going to be DIY Solar's going to jump on me about that because I just mocked his Windows setup while we're leading up to all this. So he's going to rebuild that battery, and we're going to do, or he's going to do it live, but I'm going to take parts. We're going to have a split screen so we can talk back and forth, and I can be his moderator and answer questions and so on. So you want to head over after this and subscribe to his channel. But what I'd like to do right now, before I wrap all this up, I'm going to take 3 questions. So someone else just submitted a photo there on my website. I'm going to take 3 questions, but first, this super chat. Uncle Bobby, hello Uncle Bobby, thanks for the videos. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for watching the channel and being part of the channel and for being a super chatter. I really do appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I need to see if there is a way that I can view all of those super chats, because I wanted to give, hopefully when I get this Streamlabs thing working, all my super chatters at the end of the video, I can scroll a thing that shows everyone kind of a thank you for anyone that's been a super chatter. But also, you don't have to be a super chatter. Well, I do definitely appreciate it, and it helps the channel. I appreciate anyone just being here, watching these videos, and, well, in this case, a live stream, and also commenting. I mean, you guys are really active in the comments, and we're very unique with that, you know. I mentioned it before. We have a community here that a lot of even larger channels don't have. So it's kind of something special that we've put together here. Heart. Okay, well, there we go. All right, so ask some questions if you guys have any questions, and I'll be looking through here, and I'll take 3 and we'll answer them, and then we'll wrap this up. I don't even know how long we've been going tonight. How long is this? Oh, wow. I thought we've been going less than 10 minutes. It's already 27 minutes in. So, and that's why I was eyeballing that 30-minute mark, because I don't want to push it. Last time, it was 3, the starter, no audio. Thank you, Streamlabs. The second, someone called in, and it kicked my phone off because I was using the iPhone. And then the third one went on, but that was a little over an hour for those final 2 things I got carried up in. I could talk a long time about bikes. Let me tell you while I'm breaking things. Okay. Just broke a speed controller. Yeah, speed controller for electric. I heard a crunch. That's probably not good. I'm sitting on my Craftsman workbench, so you don't know how low I actually am. And I can't wait to look through. Do you guys Bewitched fans? Somebody commented my shirt. By the way, I will add this shirt to my Amazon shop. You know, I have that Amazon shop. It's just an affiliate thing. I just go in and pick out parts that I use and stuff like that. I'll put it in the description after this, but it's just amazon.com/shop/Kev Central. And maybe I'll put this shirt in, because I put that Kiss shirt in that I did on one question and answer video, and a lot of people bought that shirt. I can't see who bought what, but I can see that I got a few cents off of whatever product. So maybe some Bewitched shirts. I'll put that in there because I got it off Amazon. So let's look here and see. I was trying to scroll, didn't even have my hand on the proper thing here. I have a Trek 3500. I want to go 1x. How do I know if my bike will be able to go 1x? And what 1x to get? That's BC. Well, as long as the bottom bracket is 68 millimeters or 73 millimeters, which are the 2 most common sizes, it being a Trek, what model is that? A 3500, a 2015 3500. I can't imagine that wouldn't accept something like the IXF crankset that I use a lot. Or, well, can't tell the other one. I'm holding that. Josh Lobby 499. See, well, it'll show up on my screen here in just a second. I'll get to you, Josh. But IXF, well, let's go ahead and tell you. JG Bike, a good little group set that you'll be seeing very soon. And those are cheap, and they work. They come with their own external bearing bottom bracket. So something like that's what I would use, but that's me. I don't tell anyone what to use for themselves. But I would be surprised if you couldn't upgrade. Now, the one thing to think about is your cassette in the rear, or maybe even, heaven forbid, freewheel if it's a freewheel. If that is like a 14 to 28 tooth, that'll get old pretty quick. That would get old very, very quick. And I apologize. Hey, DIY Solar, unmute your phone for a second and tell me what Lauby with that $4.99 super chat said, because it hasn't popped up on my screen yet. Oh, here it is. Never mind. You don't have to unmute your phone. What's your favorite mountain bike seat? The one that doesn't make me irritable after about 5 miles, which are not many. The mountain bike saddles. Right now, I will say that Dr. Bike saddle that I put on Project Comp V2.2. That is probably my favorite right now because it was so cheap and I'm kind of happy with it, but it's not even all that comfortable. I just like it, and it even creaks. It makes a little creaking noise. It doesn't wobble a whole lot. There goes that speed controller again. Doesn't wobble a whole lot, but that's probably my favorite, although you can't see it, but right up here on this Ride One Up, this Comfort whatever saddle that's on this, I'm going to find out who makes those, because that was not bad. Not bad at all. Of course, I've just ridden it one day, so time will tell, so we'll see. But thank you so much for the super chat, and I said John, it's Josh. Yeah, sorry, I got your name wrong. So Josh Lobby, I hope I'm saying your last name properly. Alright, so let's see what else we have here. I guess I'll do more than 3. Alright. Let's see. Will you do a DIY e-bike build? Oliver Wilson in Greyleaf looks like he asks. So, he's talking about a less expensive dropper. Okay. I don't know about that. I've never thought about it because e-bikes are getting cheap. I mean, you can buy those Ancheers for $600. Well, before price increases, which was going to be on my agenda tonight, but I'm pushing that until the next live chat because, not only bike increasing in prices, shipping is about to be apparently a nightmare with bikes and getting e-bike. It's interesting times, to say the least, but I haven't really considered doing a DIY e-bike build. I just don't have the enthusiasm to do that, but I don't rule anything out. There was one company that wanted to sponsor the channel that offered to send kits, and I never really contacted them. A lot of times when I see that stuff, I just don't even respond to it, but maybe I should. I know Uniro, which I love their bikes. They got that little Z1s. God, I love that little thing. But Uniro makes some really good bikes, and I noticed they had e-bike conversion kits, so maybe I ought to ask them, hey, send me a conversion kit to use. So we'll see. I don't rule anything out. Think about Patreon for extra income. I do have a Patreon, Tom Laughlin. I do have a Patreon, but as I just mentioned, I only have a $2 tier. I haven't been that active on it. I've just noticed that people sign up for it, and then there's a handful that are really active. And I don't know, I don't want to rip people off by charging more, doing more tiers, though I did contemplate, I had this and I didn't mention it. I have contemplated doing, I don't know if that would be through Patreon or what, but doing sort of a paid live session if someone wanted to spend, say, 30 minutes asking direct questions or just conversing, whatever. And maybe offer that as an option, but I don't know. Things to comment if you would be interested or if you think that's a good idea. I just don't want to throw things out there that look like I'm being greedy. I just don't want to pass up an opportunity because apparently I passed up quite a few already. So I'm mulling things. We'll see, but I appreciate that input. Hello from Toronto. Saw somebody from Toronto, and then I scrolled up. So, all right, let's take another one. Let's take a few more. What are we doing time here? 34. We'll go to 40 minutes. So we have 5.5 minutes left. E-bike build would be cool. Someone else there, I think that was Dear Leader, said that. Nope, someone else trying to spam for their channel. I see that DIY Solar got that. And he's reminding you to go to the live section, go to the comment section, even after the live. You can still comment afterwards, just like it's a regular video. It processes. But I will go back and I will look at everything that you've said in here. I look at that every time. I'll go back and I'll watch this, and I will see who said what. And I make a mental note of that because I really do. I appreciate every single person that's part of this channel. Got us to 100K and got the play button that you'll soon see. Probably see it on my insulated walls where I get the actual wall finish on there. Okay, and looks like TS was reminding people to subscribe and share, definitely. And every time I do a live, if you guys want to share that and let other people know, that's great too. And what do you think about this Monday evening thing? Is that a good idea? Is that a good time? Seemed like Sunday got a little more instant attention, but it looks like we're at the same roughly count that we've had last time. And I see another super chat, Corey Russell. I will scroll to this because that's too long and it's faded away on the phone. So I'll see it in just a second, Corey. Oh, there we are. Corey Russell just joined your chat for the first time. Well, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Really do, definitely appreciate the super chat. That helps the channel closer to that RV. Let's see. I have my first e-bike on the way, Electric XP. Congratulations. I have my main one, the prototype, right there and folded up. Actually using it folded. In front of my air conditioning unit is the step through right over there. Great, great e-bikes. Great e-bikes. Already got a new seat and seat post for it. Any other mods I should get? Interested in a front suspension fork. You know, those old fat tire front suspension forks. They do make a little difference, but it's not a massive difference. But it is a difference. So, you know, if you want to, that's an option. My upgrade recommendation, well, I don't make a recommendation. What I put on mine that I was most happy with was, well, those foam grips. Because, you know, I got trigger thumb from that hard grip. Like, I guess I had a death grip on it. But I put those wolf tooth paw or whatever they're called. They're in my shop. They're gray, real spongy, fat grips. And I also, the favorite thing though, was that little clamp on. If you watch my video, my second video, of the Electric XP, I had that clamp on bottle holder. And I could put a water bottle just right below my computer. And fit perfect, stays in place, makes it so nice. That's the main mod that I would recommend, recommend. Yeah, I can recommend that one. I'm happy with it. So that's one thing I could definitely recommend. That little cup holder thing that clamps onto your stem. Very nice. I think I have them linked in my shop. Amazon.com/shop/Kev Central. And also, Electric XP. Oh yeah, I put a flashing taillight on all of those folding e-bikes. Because they make those little taillights and they're down low and they're just not super bright. Better than nothing, but a good flashing taillight so you don't get ran over because you want to be able to keep riding. But thank you again for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Especially $10. I mean, very much appreciate it. And what have I got here? 2 more minutes. I'm your biggest fan from Mexico. Create my channel because of you, TKMX. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it and congratulations. I'll head over and sneak a peek at your channel. And you should hashtag Kev Central Bike Show on one of your bike videos so it goes into that thing. Because, you know, you can search that on YouTube. Just in YouTube field, hashtag Kev Central Bike Show. And see the people so far that have tagged that into their videos. There's Corey Russell. Man, don't destroy your lefty with an e-bike kit. Yeah, don't destroy a lefty with an e-bike kit. That seems like sacrilege. Unless you want to do it. And then if it makes you happy, then probably go for it. Yeah. Let's see, DIY, reminding people not to share channels. Let's see. Welcome surprise. Somebody with their oh, okay. He's already done it with the hyperhydroform. Well, you might want to look. I don't think I saw a hydroform yet. I looked earlier, but I've went in and commented on the people, at least the ones that would allow comments on the people that have shared. So let's do one more question here. I'm a bigger guy, 285. What's a good budget-friendly hybrid bike? Thank you. Who is that? 167 Champ. All right, 167 Champ. Bonus, I'll do one more. I'll do one more after this one, but 167 Champ. Here's the thing with budget bikes. If you're talking big box budget bikes, like $250, probably soon to be $300, most of those are made by Pacific Cycle and Kent, and there's a few others, but a lot of the ones you see, Schwinn, Mongoose, uh, I'm going blank on names, but a lot of the big names are made by Pacific Cycle, and I was told by them that all their bikes are tested to 250 pounds. So if you weigh more than that, you have to factor in putting more stress on the bike than it was designed for, which means it's going to wear out faster. So factor that in. Now I know Pacific, I think, also makes the GT now, and I believe those are rated higher weight-wise. So you might want to contact Dick's Sporting Goods and ask them what the weight limit is on their bikes. They should be able to look that up for you and find it. I know some Treks, they're 300, some of them higher, 330, but of course, that's more coin. So that's the best advice I can give you, not a specific bike, because I don't want to recommend something that would wear out. Plus, I don't recommend. Alright, so do you like MASH? Yes, David Montreal. I almost wore a MASH t-shirt instead of this one. The only reason I didn't is because this one still has wrinkles, but it was more wrinkled. I had it in a drawer and it was all bunched up. Yes, love MASH. 407 7th all the way. Do you know that their song, well, I don't know, I want to say those words. Look up, if you ever get bored, look up the actual name of the MASH theme song. It'll surprise you. It has lyrics. Kind of weird. Okay, so let's do one more and then I'll wrap it up. I know I said I was. It's a couple minutes over. Alright, so I see Spectrum here. Hey, Spectrum, I appreciate you being here, buddy. Another patron there. Very good patron. Ryan Burkett. Hey, Ryan, how are you, man? Appreciate you dropping in. Where's the first place you'd like to travel when you get an RV? Alright, there is this RV channel on YouTube called, I'm going blank. Keep Your Daydream. KYD. Keep Your Daydream. A, the guy's wife's very attractive, so that makes it easy to watch. But B, they were just, I think they're still there. No, they're in the Everglades today, but they were just in the Florida Keys. And, man, not only are they all a little jealous because they're all very photogenic. It's the dad, the mom, and the son. And they all look great on camera. They're really good at editing, but they were in the Keys at this one RV park. I've got to get there. I had made up my mind, and there was even a house. They did this house tour where you look at the houses, and one was $2.1 million. No, I only want an RV. I want that $2.1 million house. Not that I'm asking for a lot, right? But definitely want to go there. But I want to tour Florida. There's some bike parks that they make near the beach. They do these weird wood things and actually make mountain bike trails out of flat land. I'd really like to try that out. I think I'd like to try that out. DIY Solar's been trying to get me to visit one in Mobile. So that would definitely be on my agenda. It would be that. But thank you for asking, Ryan. I appreciate it. Alright. So, let me just kind of scout through here. Yes, Uncle Bobby, you got the name of the song. You can see why I don't want to say it on a live stream. I read that Class A RVs are expensive to maintain. Yes, they are. They are very expensive to maintain. Less so if you can do the work yourself. I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty handy. I mean, I work on bikes. I work on my house. I do most of the repairs on my house. I see I got another super chat, $20. Mr. D Magic 88, greatest channel on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your passion with us. Man, I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you so much for the super chat. That really helps. Alright, so, just last thing. How many spacers do you use on the aluminum comp? Don't have it in here. I think I used 2 on bottom, 2, I think 5mm. 2 5mm, and then because of the way I cut my fork so I could use it on something else in the future if I needed to, 1 on top. But I think 2 5mm spacers is what I used on Project Comp V2. That's .2. V2.2, which is still my favorite mountain bike. Now, Project Axum, which as soon as I can get all that... Oh, by the way, I found my one dongle earlier today. It was on a webcam that I tried to use and couldn't for this stream because it flickered. Found the one dongle, so at least I can get to the files. But Project Axum DB is pretty awesome too. But still, Project Comp, so nice, so nice. V2. All right, keep going, Kev. Keep it going. So you want me to keep it going? Like a DIY solar? Let's see. Somebody asked something about the IXF crankset. No, RVs don't have the lemon law to save you. That is very true. Although there was just a court ruling in, I believe, Illinois that may kind of be headed that way a little bit. A little bit more responsibility by the manufacturers and dealers, maybe. But there's also an interesting thing with RVs that a lot of people don't know. You know, it's a house. It's a house with an engine under it and wheels. If you get pulled over, the property rights for illegal search and seizure don't apply because it is not considered a residence. So that's something I've seen on YouTube, that there's a lot of things about RVs that are different. And I did DIY solar myself. We both know a guy that worked at an RV place. I think I may have mentioned this before. He said that the RV industry is wealthy people taking advantage of other wealthy people because of how much, and now I understand what he means, because if you watch a lot of YouTube channels, you'll see that they make this $200,000 RV and you would think it would be perfect, but then people buy it and take it and then it leaks and gets black mold in it and has all kinds of problems, cabinets falling off, very little quality control. So yeah, I realize that. That's why I'm kind of looking older. So it's A, had a shakedown, and B, I can afford it. Because I don't have a lot. If you guys stick with the channel, which I hope all of you do, and maybe if I get into selling more merch, or selling merch, again, you know, I got a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping that you guys commented with the platform that you want to see it on, that maybe I can make you guys happy and help out the channel at the same time. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Do a school bus conversion? No, Michael Brashear. The reason that I won't do that is because RV park, even buying an older RV, I don't want to turn this into an RV chat, but buying an older RV, there are some parks that you can't even get into if you have an RV over 10 years old. I think sometimes they'll let you in, but you have to send a picture and they may inspect it when you get there. A lot of places will not let bus conversions or buying a container and turning that into a travel trailer. They won't let that in. So that's off my list. How is the Fathom 29, George Aloof? I don't know. Never ridden a Fathom 29. I guess I'll look it up after this and see what I think. Off the top of my head, I'm not that familiar with it. And yes, Magic is generous, Spectrum. I appreciate them too. Thank you so much, Magic. That is very nice. Disney fan by chance? Maybe? Comment if you are. I'm a huge, almost wore a Mickey Mouse shirt too. That was my first thing that I had on before I changed to this and then contemplated the mask shirt. Alright, so I think this is probably a good spot to wrap it up. Hardtail life. Yeah, hardtails are awesome, but so are full suspension. We need more big box full suspension bikes, do we not? We need more good big box full suspension bikes. I'm thinking XR Pro modified, slacker head tube angle, tapered head tube, and yeah, and just leave the rest the same. I'm thinking that would be pretty awesome. Oh, and make the frame a little smaller for me if I'm like making demands. Make it just a bit smaller so the standover height is better. Yeah, you've never seen my face until now. Well, there you go, Michael Turba. How you gonna sleep tonight? Huh? You gonna pull that off? No, thanks guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I see DIY Solar Energy recommending that we do a Q&A. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Also, I want to do a reminder, and everyone, give him a big thanks because he does a great job at being a moderator. He is also a great friend, a very close, dear friend, and he does a great job here with the moderation. So make sure that you give him not only, wow, Mr. Magic, Mr. D Magic 88, diesel or gas RV, I don't really care. If at first I wanted gas, But now I'm pretty open to either, as long as it's Class A. And there's a reason I want the Class A. I mentioned that in the last live. That big picture window, I have to think what looks good on camera, what really is going to play well. And that would help in park places, being able to do live chats in there with, a bay or something out that picture window. But thank you so much. I mean, I really appreciate you and everyone else. Thank you to everyone that's taking. I mean, we've had pretty consistent numbers all through this entire live chat. So thank you so much. But give DIY Solar Energy a thank you. Be sure to head over to his channel after this live chat is over, and you may want to give it a subscribe and a notification. Oh, also, make sure you have your notification bell active. I've been getting, you don't know, but I've been getting comments from people that say that, well, I haven't been notified of your last 5 videos, and I missed all these live chats because I didn't get notified, and then I went and looked, even though I know I had the notification bell checked, all of a sudden it wasn't checked. See, another live chat. All of a sudden it wasn't checked. Fat bike stuff, please. Well, you're about to be very happy. You want to see fat bikes? You're about to be very happy. Very, very happy. And that is who? Monster in Your Closet. Thank you for the super chat. Love the name. Thank you for your super chat. But anyway, forgot where I was. I got sidetracked. Oh, yeah. The notification bell, you need to check it. Make sure it hasn't been unchecked. So you don't want to miss out on any videos, especially these live chats. And be sure here, even after we end this, you can still comment. And again, I read all of these. I will go through every single comment and make sure everyone gets attention, as I try to do with every video. Even if I can't respond, I try to. But make sure that you comment if you want to see these live streams regularly on Monday evenings like this. Is this the best time, or is there another time? I even talked maybe about trying this on Wednesday, kind of playing days and see which day played the best. But I think this might work out. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you so much. I see people, Harry Grimley's thanking DIY Solar Energy. I really appreciate you guys. Not only being nice to me, being part of the Kev... Oh, one last thing. Being part of the Kev Central family, which means something. I have been working on, every channel has, you're part of the blah, blah, blah crew. The whatever crew. Whatever the insert channel name crew. And they'll do some videoins or something like that. Well, I kept trying to come up with something for this channel, and everything sounded corny. And then it finally hit me. We're kind of a family, and I'm a big family-centric person. That means a lot to me. So and I'm also a Disney guy. I love Disney. I love Lilo and Stitch. So, there's Ohana, which is the Hawaiian word for, it's extended family. And if you know Lilo and Stitch, Ohana means family, and family means no one ever gets left behind or forgotten. And I've been thinking about maybe making some special stickers that are Kev Central Ohana. So we don't have the crew, we have the Ohana, the extended family, and that's what we all make ourselves up to be here at Kev Central. So comment if you like that idea, or if it's too corny and I need to come up with something different. That's possible. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Hope you tune in to the next live stream and the next videos. And remember that 5 bikes in 5 days is not the next few days. That's me riding all these bikes. And then I'll spend a few days editing and then release 5 videos in 5 days. Because I'm still going to do a pretty in-depth review on them. Even just with that one ride. It's just one day of riding. I get out and ride in case of an e-bike until the battery gets low. And then edit all that together and make a review. And then later I'll follow up with how much or how well they're holding up over time. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I think I'm going to end this here. I think this is probably a good spot to end this. Call us the XR Pros. That's a pretty good name. Wonder if it's licensed. I think Schwinn has some sort of trademark on, or Mongoose, excuse me, has some sort of trademark on that. I see William. likes the Ohana idea. Likes the Ohana idea. So yeah, comment with that. Maybe we'll pick something and run with that. But thank you so much. I appreciate everyone for being here. And now, I'm going to end this live chat. And since I did this on the phone again, I have to do that point thing. I don't like doing that. But I'm going to have to do that. So thanks so much to everyone. Have a great evening. And I'll see you on the next live stream and in the next video.